What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Front Office Football 9 video here. We got our Bills franchise coming off another middling season. 9-8, we missed the playoffs. Yeah, just, really, I think we put together a better roster, and that's evidenced in our overview if we take a look. So another, our score is dropping from when we won the championship, obviously, but this is the best roster we put together since, since we took the team over. So I think I'm understanding, like, it took me a while to realize what's a good overall and what's a bad overall in this game, because it's so much different than like a Madden or something. But I look around the league every now and then to see what a good team looks like, and we have some decent players and there's some good values and stuff like that, but we're lacking top end talent. And when your quarterback is a 56, you got an above average quarterback, so you need to balance that out with some high end talent at other positions. And we've started to get closer to that, but we're still not totally there. We have like 170 overall player on defense, our D tackle that we picked up in the last draft. So that's great. But yeah, we're pretty well balanced, but there needs to be more. So we're definitely gonna assess that. We're gonna take a look at the roster and see how we can get closer to that. Something else I noticed that I haven't been doing is taking advantage of compensatory comp picks in the draft. They do give those out in this game. That hasn't been something that I've dealt with in the past with other football sims. I've played a lot of Pocket GM3, so that's something that I need to get used to as well. So let's take a look at the roster and see what we can do to make some moves here. Yeah, before we even get into the roster, actually, let's just get into the finances, do our due diligence here. The stadium plan. So yeah, we're building a new stadium. Wow, Detroit's trying to move. Wow. Crazy, crazy. All right, we were not submitting a construction plan or anything. We are literally building in a couple of years, so... Or we have been building. We'll have the new stadium pretty soon. Building 2031. I don't know. Whatever. Ticketing plan deadline. Okay. Let's look at our income here. Our suite revenue dropped a little bit from the last couple of years, so I think let's our ticket revenue did slightly go up. Selling a lot of jerseys, but we are losing some money because our we have stadium payments, paying more for salaries, paid a lot in bonuses this past year. That was the big difference. Okay. So yeah, let's get back to the ticket prices here and just go with the recommended prices. Our staff. I'm gonna really look hard at our staff here too, because that's another way that you can bolster a team with an average or above average quarterback. I like McDermott. I like Shanahan. Frank Herr is fine. I like Bo except for his player development. So as an assistant coach, he does develop young players well, and our other coordinators do a pretty good job. Yeah, so we'll see what's out there, but I think as far as our staff goes, we're probably pretty set. Yeah, like as far as a head coach goes, it's probably discipline or motivation, some combination of the two. I don't think I'm ready to like move on from McDermott though. I like his base stats, so move on here. Just looking at the available spread coordinators here, and I'm okay with Shanahan sticking around. As far as defense goes, we're on a 4-3 under. No real good play callers here, so I'm fine with her. And then we get to our assistant coach, in which case Monty Lee, semi-interesting, a little bit better player development. But a good motivator, pretty disciplined. Not super smart. The scouting ain't really there. Interviewing is really good. Dean Marlowe, former Bill, right there. Looking at what the spread assistants have to offer. Eh. Yeah, I think if it was anything, it'd probably be a Monty Lee. Sorry, not Frank. Really smart, really good scout is Bo. Just not good with player development. Young players, good. So we sacrifice the intelligence and the scouting if we're going to go in that direction. I think I'm just fine with Bo here. Let's continue to just keep some continuity a little bit, I think is what we're going to go for. All right. Draft class is revealed. Bunch of good quarterbacks at the top. Where are we drafting? We are 16th here. All right. Franchise player. I don't think we're gonna tag anybody here. So we're gonna head right into free agency. I'm probably gonna end up letting Buxo walk here, and I don't think he's angry right now, his attitude. I don't think he wants to come back. So I could get him for like 5K. And he's like slightly worse than Josh and 6 years younger. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I still think there's we won a championship with Josh. We got to a conference championship with Josh. I still feel like there's a level we can hit there. Akeem Lampton is a fine enough backup, so I think we save the 5 mil and move on from Buxo. Running back room is okay. It could be a little bit better. I don't mind Ronald Gilmore, but I'd rather go for like an 800K fullback. I don't know how much our fullback even plays really. Still got Hobbs under control for one more season. Hawkinson, couple mil. Undrafted free agent here. I'm fine with that. Just to keep on as like a developmental guy. Still got some juice to squeeze there. But yeah, Hawkinson and Bernie Harris, I don't really like feel like there's a necessity to bring them back. Matt Daniel, somebody who's been like close to 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns a couple seasons now. He's a good player. And he has good chemistry with Josh. We'd be down to 2 mil in cap room after this deal. So that's something we need to be careful with. Duvernay we brought in. He had almost 1,000 yards. But I think with the emergence of Gonzalez and Marshall Crouch, who were a couple of draft picks that we had, Gonzalez a couple years ago, and then Crouch this past season, I think we just try and move on from Duvernay, and yeah, he'd save us about 10 mil, so it's gonna be money well spent or well saved. Let's just see if it's possible. Yeah, I figured that was probably gonna be the case. I think we just have to cut him and just save that money. Okay. So we'll come back to Daniel. We have our center, Mason Cole. We could save 7 mil by cutting him. He's like a 54 overall guy. Something to think about. Tyler Smith and Torrance. Spencer Brown. These guys are all under contract. Well, Smith and Torrance the rest of the season, and then they're in their contract year, and then Brown's got 2 years left. Tackle. Bowles is a mentor. Griffin Fellows. Probably bring back Bowles just to be that starter on the right side or left side, whichever side Brown doesn't play. And then Fellows, we drafted him back in 2025. He was a second rounder. It looks like he started 17 games for us last year. It only cost a couple mil to keep him. This is one of those areas where we can maybe get a comp pick by just letting him walk. It's tough. It's tough because hmm. I'll sit on that one, but I'm thinking about letting him walk just to get that money back. I'm fine bringing this guy back for the punter. Punter spot. He's a good holder too. Witherspoon still under contract. Blodorn under contract. Gentry. We drafted him, so he'll be on our team till 2032. Epiness is a free agent. He's dipped below 50. Probably fine letting him walk at this point. Jesse Inga. Undrafted free agent. 990 to bring him back. I think that's good for the end, just to bring back. Still could get him up to be like an average player. End of the depth chart guy. Arroyo, and then we have Vernon Pierce, another guy that we drafted. He's a third rounder. He started 17 games for us last year, 7.5 sacks. It's pretty good, but how much are going to cost to bring him back? A couple mil? We'll sit on that one as well. Mac Langley. He's going to cost quite a bit. Randall Duffy. At 1 mil for a couple seasons, and he can get up to 47 overall. I'll take that. It's fine. Pretty much all of our linebackers are under contract, it looks like. Only one I'm thinking about is like Dorian Williams. We could save 7.5 mil by getting rid of him, not taking a lot of dead cap to the chin. And I mean, what's Stranad starting instead of him? Like it's really not a big difference. I think we could use that money. We could probably use that money elsewhere at this point. Get ourselves a little bit more cap space. He's been a long time starter for us, but just 49 is really just average. I like our corner group. It's pretty good. I don't really see any big issues other than Taron Johnson we could save 3.2 on, and he's our 5th corner. I think we could draft a guy to save ourselves a few mil there. He's been a captain for us, but same thing here with we have Severns, but like we also have Fimbrace. So we could probably it's 2 mil to keep Severns, but I think we just let Severns walk, see if we can get a comp pick. Fimbrace becomes our starter. It's not really much of a drop off. And then Rapp, we just gotta cut him, take the 1.5 on the chin for dead cap, and save ourselves 9 mil. Because he's just not doing it anymore for us. So we got about 48 mil in cap space. Right here, 30 mil if you count our draft picks and how much it would take to fill out the roster, but that's about 30.2 mil coming into free agency. But the other thing that we got to think about is I think there were a couple players still that we were talking about re-signing. One of those is Vernon Pierce. Pretty cheap, honestly. I'd do it. He's going to be a starter for us. He's pretty good. Like 54 overall. He had 7.5 sacks. I think that's worth that money. The other one was This Griffin Fellows. I think we let him walk and see if we can get a comp pick. Just run with Bulls. McGovern's a mentor for us. It costing us almost 3.5 mil though. I just wonder if that's really worth it. Noah Brown, he's been a mentor for us as well. Positive connection with Josh, but almost 5 mil for that. Looks like he's really fallen off, and I just don't think it's worth to bring back. And then the final one is Matt Daniel, who has a positive connection with Josh. I think if we're really we would definitely get a comp pick for him. Because he's been a long time good player for us, and I mean it depends. It really depends if we bring back somebody to replace him in free agency, obviously. Which we could, but we could also draft. So let's just see like what it would look like in the free agent pool. There's Michael Gallup here. So really just guys that are about as good as Matt Daniel, right? It's Matt Daniel's right there. So is it worth it to let him walk? Who else are we letting walk here? Griffin Fellows. Which we're not going to sign a tackle for. Caden Severns. We could go sign a safety. Yeah, the one that I'm just caught up on is Matt Daniel. I've had some success drafting receivers. I know he was a first rounder. And he's turned out pretty good. You know, 1,000-yard season in there. He's had a couple 800-yard seasons. Mostly gets like 9 or 10 touchdowns. A positive chemistry with Josh. So if we were to make this move and re-sign him, we'd really be looking at 15. We'd be looking at like 10 mil in cap space left. And that's like you're not really gonna go. You're probably just gonna head into the draft with that. You're not really gonna go into free agency and grab anybody. And you know what? Maybe that's the best thing to do. The other thing to probably do is take a look at the draft preview. There's Lawson here. Another small, speedy guy. That could be interesting. We're picking at 16. Yeah, it's just like once we lock in this Daniel contract, there's really no turning back. And I don't know. I feel like I really do feel like we can go and draft somebody. If we don't pick him, if we don't pick his contract back up, we have roughly so 27 mil. We have 27 mil possibly for late free agency, maybe a trade after the draft or something if we wanted to pick somebody up. There's some things that we could do. Somebody's going to slip to post free agency and we can go make a sign then. I just can't. I don't know if I can commit to bringing him back. I mean, he's been, like I said, he's been pretty good for us. But I mean, over the time that he's been here, we won a championship the year that he was drafted. But he didn't really have much of an impact. The more he, the 3 seasons where he played a good amount, we were around 500. I think I'm gonna make the tough decision here, and I'm gonna move on from Matt Daniel. I'm not gonna re-sign. We're just gonna go forth with Gonzalez and Crouch and Sad Dog Ruark. All right. So now it's we could look and see what's out here in free agency. I'm probably just going to draft a receiver again. A lot of good tackles, and there's a really nice D tackle here. He's a free agent, Cade Ritt. It's interesting. He's 27. Wants a 3-year deal. 19, 24, and 26. So he'd be a 19 hit this year. We have 27. I feel like that's the kind of guy that we're missing that could really send us over. It's also 28-year-old Alim McNeil. Good leader. Okay, okay. He wants about 13 mil this year. Smart and popular. Okay. Couple DNs. We've invested pretty heavily in DN though. Also a center here, which did we re-sign Mason Cole? No, but we could save a good 7 mil with him by cutting him. So that's another thing we could do. Save 7 mil, get up to about 34. And then put 13 down on Pat. Although he is 34 years old and wants a 2-year deal, it's a little sketch. I like the idea of Alim McNeil here. Hmm. This guy's not really a pass rusher. He's just gonna stuff. But that's not a bad thing. 19, 24, and 26. 13, 16, and 17. He's just 1 year older. I think I'm going to go with Alim McNeil here. I'm going to make this offer. I also really like Cade Ritt. So I am going to make this offer as well. All right. All right. Let's see what happens here. Cade signed by Indy almost immediately. Do we get Alim McNeil? Yes, we do. All right. So now we're looking at this like, all right, Vernon Pierce. He wasn't a crazy contract or nothing like that, so we could keep him around. We're not going to save a ton by getting rid of him anyway, so. Now we got McNeil and Arroyo plugging up the center with Witherspoon and Blodorn on the outside. Metzler in the middle of the defense and two really solid corners. Okay. We're starting to get closer to, I think, what we need in order to win with Josh, which is a crazy thing to say over and over again in this simulation, but it is what it is. So we are now down to about 15 mil in cap space for the rest of this year. I think I'm going to stop right there. I don't want to go too much deeper. The 70s are really what's important here, so I don't want to although I did get caught up looking at Felix and Anuduki Uzuma. Oh my goodness. He wants a 3-year deal for about 10 mil. I know we're pretty solid at DN. I think we've invested some good money into the DN spot as well. Witherspoon's on the final year of his deal. Blodorn, we have pretty much. Oh, he's got like, we could end up cutting ties, but he's been pretty much an animal for us. So I think we're good there. So we're gonna pack it in and let's check out our 5th-year extensions if we have any. We do with Witherspoon, 22 mil, but I don't think I'm gonna sign him for 22. We'll just see what he ends up commanding with an extension. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video, and we will take care of our rookie draft. Peace.